Good day, STEM students. Welcome back to Mampaisan's online classroom. Today, we're already going to discuss periodic motion, and this video lecture will be divided into three, and this one is part one. Periodic motion is part of module number 10 as uploaded in your Canvas account. So, module 10 is divided into two subtopics. This one is the first one, the periodic motion, and then the other one is the waves and sound. This week we're going to discuss periodic motion, and then next week we're going to discuss waves and sound. So overall, here are the objectives of Module 10. Number 1, determine the factors that affect the periodic motion of a simple pendulum. Number 2, state Hooke's law and use it to solve problems about periodic motion. Number 3, calculate the period and the frequency of spring mass and simple pendulum. Number 4, define mechanical wave, longitudinal wave, transverse wave, periodic wave, and sinusoidal wave. And number 5, relate the frequency and wavelength of sound with the motion of the source and the listener. And lastly, enumerate the factors that affect the speed of sound. So as an overview, we're going to discuss the following about periodic motion. We're going to discuss periodic motion in general and the vocabularies that we need to know so that we would be able to understand the concepts behind periodic motion. And then we're also going to discuss two particular types of periodic motion, the simple pendulum and the spring mass system. So now this part 1 will be all about periodic motion, part 2 will be about simple pendulum, and part 3 will be about the spring mass system. Let's start with the periodic motion. So one question that I have for you during class is what comes into your mind when you hear the word period. You know, I know that you have a lot of ideas, and most of you already know what period means in relation to physics. So we're going to start with defining each of these words before we come up with the definition of periodic motion. Let's start with period, which is the time it takes for something or an object to go through one complete cycle. In some books, especially in your laboratory activity, it is denoted as lowercase letter t. However, in most books, period is denoted as capital letter T. Another definition of period is that period is the reciprocal of frequency. That's why we have this equation, T or period is equal to 1 over frequency. Okay? In symbol form, frequency is symbolized by lowercase letter f. So we can write it as T is equal to 1 over f. Okay? And since period is a kind of time or a special type of time, the standard unit would still be second. So kahit anong klaseng time pa yan, as long as it is time, we still have its standard unit as seconds with the symbol letter S. Ayan. Next word that we need to learn is the word amplitude, which is defined as the maximum displacement or distance moved by a point on a vibrating, oscillating body or wave measured from its equilibrium position. So I highlighted the vibrating, oscillating body there because I want you to remember that when you see the word vibrating, it is synonymous to the word oscillating, and it is also synonymous to uh, an object undergoing periodic motion or an object that is going in cycles. Okay, so magkakapareho sila ng ibig sabihin. And then I also highlighted the equilibrium position. We're going to define that later, no? Because for us to be able to know the maximum, there should be a reference point. And that reference point is the equilibrium position. That's why it's important that to take note of the equilibrium position of an object or a wave so that we would know the amplitude. In a spring mass system, the amplitude is denoted by capital letter A, while in a simple pendulum, the symbol for the amplitude is theta, and it is synonymous to the angle of release. So if you see in a problem or in an experiment, the word angle of release, it's just the same as the amplitude of a simple pendulum. Next is frequency, which is the number of cycles in 1 unit of time. As I have mentioned a while ago, the symbol for frequency is lowercase letter f. Don't use the capital letter F because the capital letter F is for force. Okay? So based from the definition of frequency, we could also come up with the first equation for frequency, which is the number of cycles per time, which is expressed in seconds. Take note of this because this is related later to the standard unit for frequency. So if frequency is the number of cycles per unit time, we could also infer from here that since period is the reciprocal of frequency, pwede natin itong baliktarin. So for us to get the period, we may use of the total time and then the number of cycles. Notice that in your experiment, no, kung nagawa niyo man na, you are tasked to do 15 cycles. And then using the timer, you will have to count 15 oscillations. So 15 oscillations ni pendulum, and then after the 15 oscillations, you have to stop the timer, okay? So the time that is measured by your timer is the time that you're going to use here, which is again the total time for the designated number of cycles. And since in your experiment, the designated number of cycles is 15, we would put it here in the number of cycles, and then you would be able to get the period. Remember, uh, period is the time for one complete cycle. So imagine ninyo, no? Bibili kayo ng pandesal. So sa pandesal muna tayo. Pandesal example. And then in total, you got 10 pandesals from the bakery, and then the ate the ate told you that the total amount is 200 pesos. So for you to be able to get the amount for just one pandesal, you have to divide the 200 by 10. So ganun din dito. For you to be able to know the time for just one cycle, you have to divide the total time by the total number of cycles. So bakit hindi na lang isang cycle yung pinagawa sa inyo? Since yung kailangan nyo naman is time per one cycle. The reason for that is because the time for one cycle is very fast. So your reaction time won't be able to determine immediately kung kailan naka one cycle yung iyong pendulum. Now, if you gain the momentum of counting the cycles and then mas mahaba yung time for that, edi mas madali for you to be able to know, mas magiging accurate yung measurement mo of the period. Okay? Next, aside from this equation, so pag given yung number of cycles tsaka yung time, you have to use this equation, and don't forget, if the time given to you is in hours, you have to convert it into seconds. So if the time given to you is not expressed in seconds, always remember that your task is to convert it into seconds. And then, aside from this equation, if only the period is given to you, you will be able to get the frequency by just getting the reciprocal of period. That's 1 over period. And then I told you that you should always express the time in seconds in solving for frequency because the standard unit for frequency is hertz, and 1 hertz hertz pala, wala siyang ano, no, hindi siya plural. Okay, singular siya. 1 hertz is equal to 1 second raised to negative 1. Okay, this s raised to negative 1 is actually equivalent to 1 over s related to the standard unit of period. Ayan. Kaya kailangan lagi naka-second tong ano mo, frequency mo. And then, don't forget that the symbol for hertz is capital letter H and lowercase letter z. So don't write hertz as both lowercase, that's incorrect. And don't also write hertz as both capital letters, that's also incorrect. Okay, so that's the third word that we should know. And then here's the fourth one, which is the word oscillation. I enclosed in the parentheses or cycle because when you see the word oscillation, it is actually synonymous to cycle. It is also synonymous to vibrations. Okay, so pag nakita niyo sila, they are actually interchangeable. As definition, oscillation or cycle is the movement back and forth at a regular speed. It could also be defined as the regular variation in magnitude or position around a central point or a reference point. So just like the pendulum and then the spring mass system. So the central point uh, for both the pendulum and the spring mass system is the equilibrium position, and then notice that both of them are moving back and forth, and the speed moving forward and backwards is actually regular or constant. Okay, and then lastly, now that we know those four important words, we would be able to define periodic motion. Periodic motion is a type of motion in which an object moves along a repeating path over and over again. Okay, so one characteristic of periodic motion is that the object actually moves in the same path in a regular time interval. Okay, and it is also known as SHM or simple harmonic motion. Okay, here are some examples of periodic motion from the largest to the smallest. The largest observable is the movement of planets around the sun. Notice that, for example, the Earth, it follows the same orbit over and over again for 365 and one-fourth days. After that 365 and one-fourth days, yun na naman ulit yung gagawin niya. Same path na naman yung dadaanan niya. So, babalik siya sa original position niya, tapos iikot na naman siya same path, paulit-ulit. Periodic motion, okay? And then, if we go inside the earth, we're going to observe, for example, the movement of the swing. Ayan. So it looks like the movement of a simple pendulum, wherein the chains of the swing are the string and the pendulum bob are the kids. Okay? So that's the one observable here naman on Earth. Let's go smaller. Ayan, wherein we see a slinky or a spring, colorful spring. Notice that if you have a certain spring, uh, when you stretch it and you let it go, what happens is that the spring will eventually move back and forth in that manner until it loses all of its kinetic energy and it will become stationary, no? So periodic din yung motion niya at some point. And then lastly, the one that we cannot see by our naked eye is the movement of the particles or atoms inside matter. So for example, you see a specific glass on the dining table. If the glass is not moving, stationary lang siya, you would think that it is actually at rest. Yes, it is at rest macroscopically, but microscopically, or in terms of its atoms are actually constantly moving back and forth at a specific manner, same path taken katulad nito. They are vibrating, they are oscillating, okay? They are undergoing cycles microscopically. Okay, ayan. So, hindi porke sinabi nating cycle, paikot agad yung ano, no? Yung kanyang movement. Kasi cycle could also mean, nakatulad ng sa pendulum, di naman sa buong bilog, no? Cycle is pagbalik, di ba? Kapag nakakompleto ka ng isang cycle, it means that you return to your original position. Ayan. So, again, the two types of or examples of periodic motion that we're going to include in our study would be the simple pendulum and the spring mass system. Thank you for listening to part 1 of periodic motion. See you again on I'm forgetting my prepositions ha. See you again on periodic motion part